power of this technology goes so far beyond what like the typical like table conversation about VR gives it credit for. You know, like we talk about it as like a useful tool or an immersive, fun experience, but what we're talking about is like truly transformational.
It should be perfectly possible to trick your brain into any experience if your brain can already do that itself naturally. So VR is almost like taking that ability for our brain to generate any experience for us and like putting it in our hands, which is wild.
Man, that's something in the history books. People are going to look back and be like, yeah, 2022, 2023. That's when education, after hundreds of years, finally upgraded.
We're in a strange time where our physical worlds are intersecting with our digital identities, and right now is a time to kind of determine what you want that to be.
Once you have full body tracking that works well and it's frictionless, right? Meaning it's easy to do.
Yes.
It's a whole new. It's not a game changer. It's a whole new game.
So maybe there will be some other people who would be curious to see what I'm learning, what I'm discovering, so to say. And that's how the Discover YouTube channel started.
Oh, not really Disco VR, Discover.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel bad when people ask me about VR, or they're like, "What do you do?" Like, all right.
Yeah.
You asked, here it comes.
I love VR, but I love going out and breathing fresh air. And not only was I stuck in VR for 10 days, I was stuck in one room because I was streaming, the same space. I didn't see the sunlight. I totally lost track of what time everything was.
She dances with the robot. She does the first steps. She dances with that robot. She takes that thing off her fist. I have the video. I'm holding it hostage. She takes it off her head and she says, I gotta have it.
There are a few moments in my life I can remember very vividly. The day I got married, the day my kids were born, the day Facebook announced that they bought Oculus is one of those days. I was making chili.
I've been in a lot of gaming communities, and the VR community is by far the best community that I've ever been involved with.
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
Yo,
we're back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. It is so great to see you. Welcome to the Between Realities VR podcast, season 7 premiere. 7 seasons of the best damn podcast you've ever heard in your entire life. Thank you for being here on this journey with us. My name is Alex. I'm one half of the hosts of this show. The other half of the hosts of this show is sitting here right next to me in the same spaceship. It's Skeeva. Bro,
what's up, man?
How's it going?
So much better now. Dude, it's just, it feels like it's been 20 years since we've sat here like this next to each other.
It's been 2 months, but I can relate to the feeling.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this before the show, and I say this all the time, that time is just a hilarious joke, but it's like, it feels simultaneously long as it does short. Like all of a sudden, bam, here we are. Like we're doing the thing right now. It's actually happening. But also 2 months is like a pretty decent chunk of time. And, we did a lot of stuff in the meantime and stayed busy. I think a big part of that was all that traveling that we did in March,
Dude, yeah, we were gone almost all of March.
Yeah. Right.
Pretty much the entire month. I think I was home like maybe 5 days during March, right? Yeah. We went to Austin, Texas, went to South by Southwest, right? And then from there, we went to Orlando, Florida, and went to the Ghosts of Tabor launch party, which was absolutely sick.
It was fun.
Yeah. And then from there, we went to GDC in San Francisco, California, right? And then from there, I went to the Amusement Expo in Las Vegas, Nevada. I think you went to like Sweden, like Stockholm and some other places in Sweden, right?
I went to Sweden, yeah.
Yeah. Man,
I know. I know.
I don't know if I've ever gone that long without my own bed and my own shower. Man.
I don't know if I have either, dude, honestly. You know, because I was planning on coming home after South by Southwest before going to California for Abundance 360, which is this like weird like life extension event. You know, it's like all of these like super famous people, or well, some of them famous, but super rich people who like have already bought all of the world's stuff. So like, what now is important to spend your money on? Like living forever, of course. You know, so and they even have you on your name tag write what your target age is. Like when do you think you're gonna go? And like some people have like 200 and 300 and 500.
You should have taken a picture if you went to all. Did you go
to what?
To the abundance thing?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
You should have taken a picture of every famous person and what their target age was so we could cross-reference when they actually drop.
Wrong. But yeah, it was a crazy time, and I was planning on going home, but then my wife Brittany tested positive for COVID the morning I was flying home from Austin. And I like was on the way to the airport in the Uber, and she's like, yo, I'm positive. And I knew you guys were all going to Orlando to go to the Tabor launch party, so diverted course.
So did that conversation go, honey, I would love to come take care of you during your time of being sick.
Well,
but there's a sick party going on, and
kind of. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, I wish I could be there to take care of her. Of course. But I also can't be catching COVID right before Abundance, right before traveling to Sweden for work, you know, so it is what it is. It was a long time away from home, and I was really ready to go back. Dude, I like honestly live for this stuff right now, man. Like traveling around and being a part of the greater VR world is a dream, really. So
it's a beautiful thing.
It's been fantastic. I would say the hardest part of these last 2 months for me has been to be a part from our Between Realities family, dude.
I know. It was literally leaving our family.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
I mean, we got to poke into random chats and see people. And, you know, I saw some people in, you know, in Neos and in a few different multiplayer games and Breachers and Tabor and stuff like that. But to sit here and just rap with people about what we love, definitely miss it.
It's the best. And we have a lot of awesome guests lined up for season 7. Like I know we always say this, and like we're always right, and
we are always right.
We're always telling the truth, but we do have amazing guests lined up for this season. The dates are filling up quickly. You know, we're already months out, so don't worry, everybody. Lots of awesome guests lined up. And when I look at the list of people who we have signed up for this season already, I'm like, dang.
It's pretty wild. It's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be great.
These conversations are just going to be great.
It is going to be great. And, you know, if you are not familiar, which if you are not familiar with this, there's something wrong with you. Skeeva and I have been doing the VR Crewcast on Gamertag VR's channels every Monday. So at least
I think it has its own channel.
Oh, yeah.
I think it has the VR Crewcast channel,
But he owns it. Yeah. Like he runs it. And that's been like a cool way to like still kind of like, you know, work the muscle a little bit while we've been away from this.
Still be able to like yell about things that make us excited and you know, the opposite.
Yeah. And that show is so fun to do because there's 7 of us usually, and give or take, but there's usually about 7 of us on the show, and everyone is like, obviously we all love VR and we're all like creators and all of that, but other than that, like we're all pretty different in terms of like what we're doing, what we like, what we think about stuff. So the kinds of discussions that come up on that show are like, well, I think you're wrong, and here's why, you know, and or like we're speculating about something, and Brad's like, actually, you don't have to speculate. I'm telling you right now that not gonna happen. You know, like, so it's cool because we get these like kind of conflicting ideas and a little bit of banter, and everybody's chilling, so the vibes are on point.
And for anyone out there that doesn't know, the Crewcast is made up of Gamertag VR, me and Alex, obviously. We got Eric Masher of Q2C VR Gamer, and we have Sadly It's Bradley from Sadly It's Bradley, and then we have Wes Dillon and Roots from Virtual Strangers.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Just so much awesomeness. Like just hanging out with the homies. Sometimes GT before the show will be like, what are we gonna talk about? Can we even do a show? And we're like, dude, quit it.
Just go live.
Just go live. And then he's like, oh my God, I can't ever like end the podcast. It's like just too much to say.
I know.
Like, yeah, stop worrying about it.
Yeah, he does try to end the show and then will like ask us a question.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, guys, let's end the show. So tell me, what are you doing this week?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think's going to happen when you ask those questions, bro?
What a great host he is to put all that together, to deal with all of that, trying to get 7 people coordinated every single week. Like, bravo, GT.
Yeah, well, we make it easy on him, all right? Because we're all pros, you know? All of us do all of our own stuff. We're usually knocking on his door, being like, hey, where's the link to my Zoom call, bro? Let's go. We love GT. And we're grateful to be a part of that show. It's really cool.
Yeah, I love everyone on that show, man. Very grateful to be able to express ourselves about the industry we love. So,
well, now we're going to do it on our own platform.
Heck yeah.
That's right. We're back, baby. Between Realities, flying in hot. We are going to, I feel like we've kind of set up our show format in terms of like the seasonality at this point. That 2-month break, in my opinion, was like just right there, you know, like not too long, not too short. And it gives us the opportunity to do 5 months on, 2 months off, 5 months on, 2 months off. That's a year. Like, boom, you know, we can fill out our year like that. So
yeah, you know, if the traveling thing really ate that first month, and then I feel like we had a month off, right? So it was like, because we couldn't do anything with the show, we couldn't do any kind of preparation or contacting, you know, potential guests. So like, without the travel, I'd be okay with a month.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
but
I
with
feel
the
you.
travel,
I feel you there. Yeah, that's right.
But March is always insane, and I don't see next March being any different. So
it's not gonna stop.
Yeah.
All right, well, like, hey, everybody, it's so good to see you all. You know, I saw Eric Masher in the chat like last night trying to claim first.
Wow.
Which I appreciate, but then when I get here this morning, I don't see that. So
isn't it weird that YouTube does that? So if you come super early, it removes your comment.
Yep. Yeah, maybe there's like a, I don't know, like a 12-hour.
Yeah, I don't know why that is a thing.
I don't know either, but I see VR with Jasmine claiming first and actually appearing first in my chat. So I kind of feel like I need to give it to her for this one. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Sweaty Nugget JJ's here. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, Jay?
Good to see you, man.
I got Jay very much hooked on Ghost of Tabor as well.
Nice. Good job.
So yeah, he's in there grinding, getting that gear.
Nice.
You know? Yeah.
I want to see more of a progression in that game. Like, I don't know.
It's all coming, bro. They continually add more and more things. It also gets harder. We'll wait because I want to talk lots about Ghost of Tabor.
Okay.
I freaking love that game.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Love it.
Virtual
Love it.
Steve's in the house. Yo, big night tonight. That's right, dude. This is a huge night.
Hey, Steve.
Huge night. Welcome back, boys. Even though I've been enjoying you on the Crewcast. See, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
You can't completely get rid of us. It's just not possible.
You can't. Z-Storm VR. What's up,
Z.
man? Good to see you, dude.
I love
and
Z.
Quick Cosplay chilling as well.
What's up?
What's up,
What's
girl?
up, Rebecca?
Good to see you. Ryan B becoming a channel member.
Oh, what's up? Heck yeah,
right,
man.
Baby. That's right. And Classy Grandma becoming a channel member too.
Wow.
Welcome to the BR crew.
Heck yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate that. You know, it's we really appreciate the hard-earned dollars. We know how hard it is to go out there and work your butts off and then give us some. So we love you. We really do.
We do.
It helps us a lot.
It really does. Yeah. And we'll talk in more detail, I guess, a little later in the show about just how it is helping. Soul BC, my new death metal buddy.
Dude.
My body is ready. That's right, dude. My body is ready.
What's up, Soul?
Don't make me tell the Reggie Fils-Aimé story again. Q Creator says The Weekend. And he's right. Finally. We can finally have a weekend for once.
I missed hearing that every Friday.
Me too.
Dude, promise me if you ever decide you're sick of our show, you'll come back and just say that at least.
Yeah. It's like set up a bot that will at least give us our weekend announcement. Michelle B's here. What's up, Michelle B? And Diego Darko VR says, hey, BR fam, have a wicked show back tonight. I'll catch the replay in the AM. Big love. And then he says triple X.
Whoa.
Ooh. What does that mean?
I don't know. Are we getting jiggy with it on the show today?
Okay.
I mean, you are pretty cute.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah, we need to hang out more, baby. Getting things done. What's good, dude? I'm sure you saw that in the intro. What do you guys think of that new intro, by the way?
Alex worked very hard on that.
Took me a million years to do.
It's funny, we were talking about before the show how something that lasts 2 minutes, something that lasts 60 seconds might take 6 hours, 12 hours to make, right? Combing through footage, editing, like all that stuff. It just takes so long. So the final product is very misleading on the time spent on these things.
Yeah, because it's like almost like you could imagine that like I knew what like clips I wanted already. Like I'm like thinking, oh yeah, when Quinn Tabor's talking about education, I'm gonna grab that. Oh, and PD talking about the VR community. No, it's not like that at all. Like I went through 2 seasons worth of episodes and just like trying to like fast forward through them to see if I could like grab those moments that would make sense. And anyway, yeah, you all love it. Okay. Don't tell me anything otherwise because I don't want to hear it. Chris Hanney's in the house.
Hey,
what's up, man?
What's up? We got to hang out with Chris at GDC. Man, it was so good to like meet the homie. You know what I mean?
I'm so jealous.
The homie, the legend, you know, one of the people who brought us one of the very best VR games, Space Pirate Trainer, Space Pirate Arena. Yeah. So that was fantastic. It's good
jealous,
to see you, man.
Dude. I cannot wait for my chance to hang out with Chris Hanney.
Yeah.
Amelia Faust, chilling.
Hey,
what's up,
what's
Amelia?
up, Amelia?
Good to see you. JayBratt. Yeah, baby.
Hey, Jay.
JayBratt.
Jay, one of the people who was there for a lot of this stuff, right? Jay was at the Ghost of Tabor launch party. He was at GDC. I think those are the 2 things we got to hang out at.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Jay's like just as awesome in real life as you would imagine he is from his content. So
he is. Yeah, great dude. I mean, but you know, it's good people are a dime a dozen here in the VR community, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Wait, doesn't that mean there's few of them?
No, I think there's a lot of them.
Doesn't mean there's a lot of them. I've always taken that expression wrong.
It kind of has a negative connotation.
Okay.
You're like, yeah, dude, like
1 out of 10?
Yeah,
no.
Girls Like You are a dime a dozen. Taking Back Sunday. Go listen to that song.
Oh.
DLG27, what's up? Says, wow, this joint is hopping. Well, thank you for being a part of the Between Reality Season 7 premiere, baby.
Me and Alex dig those hopping joints.
That we do. That we do. RobynzReality here. What's up?
Hey, what's up, RobynzReality?
The BR is back. That's right. Game on Scorpio is in the house, chilling.
Hey, what's up?
Andy Obscure Nerd VR.
Andy,
who's just grinding constantly, dude.
Dude,
like
he's so good. His content's so good. He's such a good person. Like, please go support Obscure Nerd VR, Andy. Yeah.
He likes to capture intensely awkward moments in VR chat. So if that's for you,
he pulls it off too, and not just in VR chat, in a lot of different things, man. He's
awkward in everything he does.
Yes.
Chi-Town D, what's up?
D, what's up? D started her own Twitch channel recently.
Oh,
we got to watch her go through and get terrified in Resident Evil 8 VR.
Nice.
Got to watch her play some Returnal the other day. Yeah, it's been great. He's been killing it, man. Just doing such a good job. Yeah.
Popping off.
Yep.
Just went from just getting plucked out of the Facebook group to now having a Twitch. And
Yeah, I get to see her next month too when we're in Colorado for the VR Master League convention.
Which we have confirmed our attendance, our both attendance. So you heard that right, D. I will be there, and we can talk about that a little bit more as we get into the episode here. Joy Rain VR, the other half of the Get 'em to the Metaverse podcast and Getting Things Done channel.
What's up, Joy?
Dude, Joy Rain and Jay Dunn are like Brittany and I's like go-to VR date night crew now, man. Like we're doing like weekly hangouts, just like playing different games and like always making sure we get back on the calendar, and it's been great.
Man, there's some people out there that just bring such intense positivity and love to this community, and those guys are at the top of the list. They just... Man, they are such amazing people. Their content's phenomenal, but they, as people, are even better.
You know, like a lot of people who have been in the VR space for a long time start to kind of get this like jaded perspective almost, you know,
or
like
you just get content and you're like, yeah, this again.
I don't see that happening with those two.
No,
I just don't.
Positivity through the roof. I love those guys.
Classy grandma. She's here, makes her heart go thump thump.
That's Classy is someone that we definitely did not have a day without hearing from either.
Like the most active user in our Discord, bar none, hands down. Like she's watching the Crewcast all the time.
Yep.
Your support means the world to us. Classy Grandma, thank you so much.
Thank you.
ZimTalk5 in the house.
Hey, Zim.
Said it blew his mind when she told us about Disco VR, Tatiana.
Oh, nice.
I had to include that because it blew our minds too. It was such a good moment.
And Zim also being at GDC. Got to hang out with him there too. That was awesome.
And I hung out with him in Breachers recently.
Oh, nice.
He hosted a whole day of VR games, and I joined for the Breachers. And might have gone off a few times. I don't know.
I've played Breachers with Zim as well. Yeah. It was cool at GDC. There was most of F-Reality. So we had Zim Talk, we had Adam Bombadi and Jose Santiago, which was phenomenal. I don't know what Rowdy's doing. I guess he doesn't love us. Everyone else was there. Come on, Rowdy. Come on, man.
Rowdy, come on, bro. Yeah.
Come hang out, dude.
Yeah, quit being a successful surgeon or whatever it is.
Surgeon. Yes, brain surgeon.
Yeah, he is he's
and
doing something like that.
Yes.
He is something like that. I don't remember, but I know he does something crazy.
He does. He's a smart dude.
Yeah, yes, he is. Space Denizen, what's up, Void?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you, dude?
Good to see you. Yeah. Thanks for coming out for the season 7 premiere.
Love me some Space Denizen.
Between Realities. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Delicia is in the house.
Hey.
Whoop whoop, hitting with the whoop whoop.
How's
Unbelievable. Just keeping that alive.
Nice.
I love it.
Nice.
We also have Virtual Waypoint. Good to see you back, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Classy Grandma hitting us with the $10 super chat.
Wrong button.
Welcome the hell back, is what she says. Now our VR world is in balance. We love Alex and Skeeva.
Oh, we love you.
Well, we just told you how much we love you. We can't. But it bears repeating. Okay,
yes.
It bears repeating.
It does.
Fourth wall breaker.
Hey.
What's up, Fourth Wall Breaker? That's right.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate you.
Dude, I'm pretty far behind in chat right now, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, you are.
Show Futuristic, the return. What's up, Show Futuristic?
Hey, dude.
Thank you for joining us on our Futuristic show.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Red/Ace. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Good to see you,
Got to see Red/Ace as well. At where were we for that one? That was
in Austin.
Austin and the Ghost of Tabor party.
Oh yeah, both.
Yeah,
and he's always wearing that ridiculous contraption, just walking around like a cyborg,
which is so cool, man. Like you got, it brings a lot of attention. It's cool. It's a haptic glove that constricts your fingers. You can feel shapes and he made it all.
It's a conversation starter.
It is. It definitely is.
Fun with the clicks. Oh, what's up? A new podcast. Well, it's a new season of an existing podcast.
Yep.
But yes, we're back. It's new. It's exciting. We've got a new thumbnail, right? We have a new intro.
Yeah.
We got new stuff.
We got some stuff.
It's a new thing.
Got some new energy.
Yeah. Mickey Burr. What's up, Mickey Burr?
Mickey Burr.
We saw Mickey Burr in person on our break in Orlando.
And Orlando came to the Ghost of Tabor launch party. And it was absolutely amazing hanging out with Mickey Burr. And I found out something very interesting about Mickey Burr during this launch party. We've been saying his name wrong this entire time, and it's actually Mickey Bear.
Wow.
Did you know that? But I mean, the entire community calls him Mickey Burr, so I think he's just kind of stuck with it.
No, he's not.
No.
Not anymore, dude.
No, he's Mickey Bear.
We're making the Mickey Bear is ridiculously cute compared to Mickey Burr. Mickey Bear, it's like Teddy Bear.
Yeah.
I like it 100 times more, and it's Mickey Bear from now on.
Cool.
That's some good recon, dude.
Yeah. I mean, Mickey also sent me his index after my debacle.
Yes.
So thank you. I am still indebted to you, my friend.
Coffee
Appreciate you. Coffee Gate.
Yeah. Samson 143 VR.
What's up, man?
Let's talk Oculus.
Yes.
Let's do that at some point.
Great podcast. Go check it out for sure. One of my faves.
Decepticon. What's up, Decepticon?
Hey, how's it going?
See you, dude.
How's it going?
Woo, man, we've got the fam up in here.
Yeah, we do.
It's so great. It's so good to see you guys all come out.
By the time we're done listing off the chat, the show's going to be over.
I know, right? but I feel like this is time well spent.
It is.
I think
it absolutely is, man.
And if you're out there and you're thinking to yourself hey, man, get to the VR conversation already, you can tell us, but in a DM. You know, let us know. Slide it in if you ever have feedback, feel free to give it to us.
Yeah, for the people that watch afterwards, maybe we'll put in a timestamp to cut past this. Maybe not, because I think you should recognize all of these amazing people too.
Well, and oftentimes there's like cool little stories and stuff that spark.
Yeah, this is true.
You know, we're like Mickey Bear.
Yeah,
right? Like that's a nugget and a half that we wouldn't have gotten to.
Nuggies.
Nuggets indeed, man.
Yep.
We gotta do something. Andy's VR reviews. Thanks for saying the new intro is dope. Good to see you, bro.
What's up? How's it going?
Yeah, Andy's. Ashley Huffman.
Ashley,
yeah.
Who we also saw over the break as well at 2 different shows, I believe.
Ashley said the narrator saying they did love it, referring to my intro. See how nice. I am right now.
Wow.
Tribe Grey Wolf. Ow!
The homie.
Dude, I just saw the floor mat. The door mat.
The door
floor door mat.
The floor door mat?
The door floor mat.
The door floor mat, yes. The floor door to floor mat.
The Grey Wolves have gifted us, Alex and Skeeva of Between Realities, doormats. You know what a doormat is? You put it at the foot of your door. People can like wipe their shoes on it. Well, we've got some now that are custom Between Realities.
They're pretty sick.
Doormats, like with the logo in the middle of it. It's like
they're pretty sick.
Pretty awesome.
Yep. And over the break, I went out and I visited the Grey Wolves at their humble abode. And we went out and we went to Universal Studios, California, Hollywood, and went to Super Nintendo World. And it was sick. I know. It was literally like being inside a Mario game. And it was weird to me that it was called Super Nintendo World when there was only Mario stuff. So it should have been Super Mario World.
Yeah.
It really should have been. There was nothing to do with Link or Zelda or any of their other IPs. It was literally just Mario, but it was so well done. Like it was literally like being in that world. Maybe the most immersive environment I've ever been to. Like it was really cool. But it was also just one corner lot of Universal Studios. So know if you do pay to go there, it's one lot, very cool one, and only one ride. Very cool ride, right? Like you get in a Mario Kart, you put on what's like a HoloLens. It's actually a different brand, and it has a way bigger field of view, which is really cool. And then you go on this Mario Kart ride, and the whole time you're like firing shells at the enemies and like, you know, and battling Bowser. And like, even to get onto the ride, you actually go through Bowser's castle, down all his hallways.
All right, okay. I can't hear anymore.
Okay.
All right?
I'm sorry.
I care too much about this.
All right, Faith, no more.
Oh God,
I care a lot.
I'm going.
Nice.
I cannot wait.
Dude, you'll be in your glory. Please promise me you'll have a camera, a video call with me, so when you walk in, I can see your face.
No promises.
Oh, come on.
but I'll consider it.
Okay.
I will consider that. I'm not promising you anything.
But I had a beautiful time with the Grey Wolves. Anyway,
that's great. I mean, they're amazing. Like, you guys could be less cool. Like, you have room.
I know.
Kyle Render's here. What's up, man?
Hey, Kyle Render, who we saw at South by Southwest. Oh my God!
I know. Weird, right?
We say we haven't seen any of you guys in 2 months, but 90% of you we actually hung out with.
True that, dude. True that. Hussein X, bro. What's up, Hussein X? Thanks for being here.
X. Wait, real quick. I do want to say that Kyle Render has a comedy club inside it, for anyone that doesn't know, inside of VR called the Fail to Render Comedy Club. And you can go out, it's like 3 times a week, I think now.
All the time.
Or is it 4 times a week? You'll have to correct me there, Kyle. But you can go to an actual comedy club, get heckled by comedians, right? And just see some really good stuff. You feel like you've gone out to a comedy club, and then you take off your headset and you're home without having to deal with the traffic in the car. So, and the alcohol is way cheaper.
And it's a unique experience because it's like avatars doing comedy for avatars, and sometimes they'll do crowd work, and they're doing crowd work based off of what your avatar looks like. You know? It's like someone comes in and their avatar is like a green mohawk, and they will go off on that. You know what I mean? So it's a very unique experience, and it's worth checking out for sure.
Absolutely.
So thanks for being here, Kyle. Good to see you, brother.
Man.
I'm glad we got to hang out.
Heck yeah.
Rudel Zavedno.
Hey, what's up?
Rudel Zavedno.
Thanks for coming.
Rudel Zavedno. It sounds almost like I don't know, like a bad guy in Star Wars. It's like got like that the ring to it. CreeperBettyVR. What's up,
CreeperBetty, who we got to see too.
Yeah, I know.
The Ghost of Tabor Party and GDC, CreeperBetty, some of the highlights of this break.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely
Eric,
awesome.
Q2C,
person.
what's up, bro?
Eric?
We
How
see
are you, man?
Yeah,
how you doing, buddy?
It's just, I mean,
I got to live with Eric for a month.
Yeah, I was like gonna say he's like so integrated.
He is, yeah. I mean, I don't know I've ever spent any more time with anyone consecutively than my family. And man, what an amazing person to be stuck with for a month. Like, dude, absolutely. Him and Jasmine, like, man, he's like Eric's like a brother. You know, fucking love him.
He is ridiculously awesome. Like we like started to kind of realize it at Game on Expo last year. We're like, this guy came out to like work this with us and like doesn't want anything. He just like wants to be a part of this. Like, what's going on? And we just ended up having to conclude that you and the rest of your family are just hands down amazing. And there's nothing else really to say about it.
Yep.
Xbox Game Pack only, bitch, and sometimes PS4. Says that's the name.
Oh,
says,
wow.
Love these boys.
Wow.
Welcome back. That's their name on YouTube. Xbox Game Pass only, bitch. And sometimes PS4.
That's an interesting name. Well, cool. All right. All right. Hopefully it's sometimes PS5 now too.
Yeah, right? Yeah, and sometimes PS5, dude. That's the
PSVR, yeah.
Wolf Raza, what's up, brother? Good to see you.
Hey, what's up, Wolf Raza?
Wolf Raza. I've been seeing you advocate for Skeeva and I in chats concerning upload VR things, and I just wanted to shout that out.
Dude.
Yeah, he's like, upload
Much
VR
love.
needs to be going to Alex and Skeeva for everything. We agree. Yeah.
We would definitely like to help up their game with games. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I love upload. I love games, and yeah,
that's it. That's a good match right there.
Mm-hmm.
VR Central. Sometimes you just want to be able to vibe.
Yes.
Oh, gosh, man, I feel it. Can we just vibe for a minute? You know?
Heck yeah. Yeah. Good vibe.
This is good. This is good, dude.
Thanks for coming, Wise Director.
Reese DeKing.
Oh man, I love Reese.
Killing things at Sin Studio, man.
Dude, I know. The creators of Swordsman. Reese has just been doing amazing things now, working inside of the VR industry, and he's crushing it. He's crushing it. Like, I've talked to the people that own the studio, and they couldn't be more happy to have Reese there, and I don't blame them. I think they scored huge,
and they're a great team too.
Yep,
like they are awesome dudes.
Yep.
I think. Yeah, it's a match made in heaven.
Yep.
It's good stuff.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't think there's ever been a more amazing start to a show, I gotta say.
Yeah,
this is
absolutely.
Like so off the chain. Thank you all so much for being here and being a part of our live show today.
Yeah, having no guest is nice because we get to focus on you.
Right. Yeah, we can focus on chat. We can just sit here and chat and kind of catch up a little bit, you know. And I've noticed that I made that new intro video, right? And going through it, it basically ended up watching the majority of every episode in the past 2 seasons.
Wow.
And I feel like there's a bit of a shift from the type and like I don't want to say quality, but I'm going to quality of conversation. Like, when we started this show, there was such a heavy emphasis on like making sure that we dug into like the deeper aspects of this stuff. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when we have guests, we are so enthralled with who they are and what they're doing that we just like focus on maybe their project or their channel or whatever it is that they're doing, which I don't think is a bad thing. But I do want to start making sure that we are asking the right questions to our guests to start to like elicit some like good conversations where like I can get quotes out of any episode that I look at. You know what I mean? Where like someone says something and I'm just like snapping my fingers on it. You know, I'm like, yes, profound truth, insight, you know, like that's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to be making an active attempt to like try to dive a little deeper into all of the episodes this season, you know, like, and just like peel away some layers and like see if we can get to some of that like juicy stuff. You know what I mean?
Join us for the juice.
Join us for that juice, please.
I'm looking forward to it.
VR Central hit us with a $5 super chat. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, I'm going to be seeing you saucy MFs at AWE.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I believe Wise is staying with us too.
Nice. And he says, just got to see how I can afford a plane ticket. Well,
just walk, bro.
You can do it, man. You could walk. Maybe you could do something crazy like a 20. Did I see you? You're going to do a fundraiser stream? Is that a thing? Because if not, you should do something.
You should. Yeah. I believe Z did one, and it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
To pay for his flights to get there.
Exactly.
He did
it was Z. I was
24 hours of Minecraft VR where you got to pay to wreak havoc in the game. You could drop tons of TNT on them while they're trying to like do their missions. You can trap them in cages and spawn like creepers, and like it was amazing. And you get to have fun while donating. And just watch them suffer. You could do good things too.
Just watch them suffer.
Right. You could. They're like so close to their objective, and people are just like dropping TNT on their face. It was pretty funny. But you could also do nice things. You could give them, you know, diamonds and armor and cookies and like make their life easier. But not many people did that.
Wow. No. Yeah, you don't do that.
It was so good though. Well, it was so good.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah. And yeah, VR Central saying I might do something similar with Minecraft because it looks so fun. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you make it an...
Hold on. You know what? We'll be right back. The camera just decided to do something weird. Be right back. Be right back.
God.
Hello?
Is this thing on?
We're back to Beyond Technical Difficulties. Between technical difficulties.
What?
I know.
You said beyond?
Technical difficulties, though.
Oh, dude. Everyone says the name of our podcast wrong.
It's Beyond Realities.
Not you. Not you.
Yeah, but we are just getting beyond the technical difficulty. We are no longer between it.
I'm not sure. The only reason I'm letting this slide is because I love you so much.
Oh, thanks.
But that was like.
I'm fired again.
You don't do that.
First episode, I'm fired.
You don't do that. You don't say beyond. Everyone else who doesn't know us says beyond. I know,
but we got beyond the technical difficulty.
Okay. All
right. Okay.
I'm gonna calm down.
He's gonna hit me after the show.
Yeah, with a what the bat.
Someone help.
Well, I got to blame this whole thing on Reese the King.
Okay.
He hit us with such a heavy donation.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure it broke the camera. And it's 20 pounds.
Oh, heck yeah. Thanks, dude.
Those are pounds. 20. Yeah. I think that's a pound. And it says, you guys are the best. So glad to have you back with a new season.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, dude.
And obviously during that 2-month break, totally forgot to change the defective power cable to our camera.
Whoops.
Yep. But thank you guys for donating enough that I could have bought one.
Yeah.
That was good.
That is good. It really is. And Eric Masher also hitting us with it, dude.
Oh,
$10.
Thank you.
He says, love you guys. Welcome back.
Oh, thanks.
I'm going to turn around and donate that to his next live stream.
Hey, thank you.
Because you're the best.
Appreciate you.
Yes. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
And, I will change out that cable by the next show.
Please.
Probably. most likely.
Yeah, probably. Gamer tag. What's up, man?
Hey, Gamertag. How are you today, man?
Dude, thanks for giving us a place to live in between reality seasons.
Yes.
We've already talked about it, but we were just saying earlier how much we really like being a part of the VR Crewcast. It's an awesome show.
It really is. It's a good time, and please go over and check it out. And then if you can, go over and sub to the people that are on there too, because everyone's doing great things for this industry, and everyone has such valuable input, and we just love everyone there. So
we do.
Yep.
Well, so dude, we can do well, almost do whatever we want. But Quick Cosplay just donated $4.99.
Hey, thanks, Quick.
Boom.
Appreciate
thanks, girl. There's no message attached to it. No, most of the time a super chat is a chat. So what do you need to say? Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Oh,
hey.
It's just happy. I love
happy.
it. I love it.
It is happy. Any reason to celebrate is fine with me. I'll celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Heck yeah.
I'll put on a sombrero, drink me a margarita, do it the American way.
That's very American.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely. You might as well call it Cinco de Drinko.
Seriously, right? That's basically what it is. I mean, it's like it's honestly like become such a second thought holiday for me that like I honestly don't even recognize it when it's happening. It's like, oh, I guess it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know exactly what it signifies.
I think there is a day in history that it aligns with, but
I'm sure.
But it's
it
not
has to
like
be, right?
It's not a Mexican holiday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like literally an American thing.
Is this true, Chad?
Yes.
What the?
Yeah, like
wow.
Mexicans
mind has been blown.
Do not celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Wow. Gamertag saying the VR Crewcast is a fantastic mess. I love it.
It is. Well, yeah. I guess that's a good way of putting it. You know, it's what it is it's so authentic. You know, like just hitting the live button in the middle of us bantering before a show and like having that just roll right into an episode. You know, like it's like for those of you who have seen that show and this one, I guess for the record, like the conversation really wouldn't be a whole lot different if the camera's off. You know what I mean? Like
it isn't.
It's pretty much the same thing. You know, like we really like communicate as like comfortably and naturally as I guess we want to, which is it's so much easier just to like keep it real and find yourself comfortable speaking into the microphone.
It's very authentic. You know, because we have the same conversations offline. We have the same conversations when it's not even those days of the week, right? Like some of us will just be hanging out talking, and we have little podcasts among ourselves, you know? So it's good stuff.
We do. And, we oftentimes don't really have a plan. We don't exactly know what we're going to do, much like today's episode of Between Realities, but it always works out.
It does.
You know?
It does. I do have a bunch of notes here. We can pick from stuff, right? Like we can talk about what we've been playing, what's happened while we were away. We did get to already chat about a bunch of the things that we did while we were gone, but we haven't talked about any of the VR stuff, really, besides the events.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. When I was in Stockholm, I went to Resolution Games headquarters, and I spent some time there with the Resolution Games crew, hung out with Defour for a while, and saw Gustav from the Demio team.
Nice.
Hung out with him.
I believe Defour will also be at VRML Con.
He will.
Right? So we'll get to see him there.
He will.
Which will be great. It's so good to go over there to that office in Stockholm. They do have a small office in Austin, which we also visited.
Yes, we did.
Last month. So we went... We're collecting Resolution Games offices.
Yeah, we are.
Like Pokemon, right? So it was great, but the Stockholm office is just incredible. Some of the most talented developers and artists and sound designers and all of the people that make the things that we love, and just being able to go hang out with them, and they're just really good people. Like, man, I had so much fun when I was over there in December of this past year. Beautiful city.
Stockholm was so rad.
Yeah, it's so cool.
So rad, dude. Like I want to take a photo of like every building, just like random buildings. Like, oh, look at this bar. Oh my God, it looks amazing.
Yeah. Everything about it. Did you take the train by chance from the airport into Stockholm?
I did.
Yeah, it goes like 150, 160 miles an hour.
Things cruising.
Yeah, I was like looking at an Uber. I'm like, hey, I don't want to get on a train right now. I'm like, an Uber, it's like an hour to Stockholm. And I'm like, wait, the train does it in 15 minutes? What? It doesn't even make any sense. Then I get on the train and I was like, oh my God, if anything gets on the track in front of this thing, it's going to be liquefied.
Vaporized.
Just completely vaporized. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been on a train that was that fast.
No, like there aren't really train systems like that here.
No.
You know, like you can't just like jump on a train. There's like public transit. There's like buses and stuff.
Yeah, and there are trains in different parts of the country, but I mean, I don't personally know of any in this country that go that fast.
Yeah, it was cruising.
Yeah.
And relatively cheap too, like pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
Octavia says, yes, VR. Octavia is ready to dive into the VR discussion.
Nice.
So while I was at the Resolution Games office, I played Spatial Ops, which was pretty cool. You know, it's a mixed reality experience. Now, it's the primary experience for Spatial Ops is a multiplayer one where you're running around in a room shooting at each other, kind of like Space Pirate Arena. But they showed me their single player mode, which basically knocks a hole down in one of the walls in your house and has you shooting through your wall via mixed reality into a whole nother room where enemies are coming at you, kind of like a wave shooter. And it was cool. It was one of the best uses of mixed reality that I've seen so far, especially when you're like taking cover behind virtual objects. Like that feels pretty fun. But in terms of like the gameplay itself, it didn't really blow me away. Like, you know, normal weapons, normal enemies, you don't get shot, shoot them, you know, like it wasn't anything crazy, but it was good, right? So that part is interesting, right? Because you do have like a portal that opens up in the wall and things come out, and as it gets harder and harder, they do come out into your world, which is really, really neat. Where I really enjoyed this was when I went out to Stockholm myself, and me and Gamertag and VRO Mike and VBunny Go and Hambone and like Harry Baker from Upload, and just all these people, we went and we got this massive area downstairs at the Resolution Games office, and we ran around and played this against each other. And I think there's a little bit of footage here in this trailer maybe of us doing that. I don't know, but either way, it was really cool because you're grabbing these weapons and you're shooting your friends, and you're actually booking it through this area, right? Like diving behind cover that isn't really there. I need to play this version.
Yeah, it's really cool, right? And it was kind of smart of them to make a version of this game that can be at least played one player, so you can so they can utilize a little bit of what they made you know, for single player, because not everyone has a massive space that's required for this.
Well, exactly. And like, you know, it allows you to get a lot more value out of that purchase, you know, rather than like having to have a group of friends over. What I would love to see is the single player mode unlocking aesthetic options for your multiplayer experience. So like, if you get to level 10, you get a vest.
That'd be cool.
Sweet. So then you're incentivized to play a single player, take what you just got into the multiplayer round.
Oh, boom. Look at that. Resolution Games free. Like that's some nuggets of goodness right there to improve the game, and it's free.
It's a nugget.
Compliments of Alex VR.
That's free.
That's beautiful. That's
I'll travel to you in Stockholm and tell you.
Because when you're playing against your friends, when you see your friends, they're wearing like this outfit, right? Like, and to be able to skin that in different ways with things that you've acquired from single player mode would be really, really cool. You know, because your friends are wearing these helmets and these vests and armor, and so that's a really good idea.
Snowtoad in the house. What's up, Snowtoad? Snowtoad is the king of distributing channel memberships on the Creepcast, dude. He has gifted like 30.
Probably more. Every time we go on there, it's like 5-pack after 5-pack after 5-pack of channel memberships.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Thanks for being awesome, Snowtoad.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And also, can you believe this thing? That's an air horn because $20 from VR Central just came flying in and says, I think this fell off the back of the truck for your cable.
Oh.
He also said, if you can fit me in your carry-on, I'll come with you to the Resolution office.
Oh, man. I mean, honestly, the size of my bag and the size of you, it might just work.
Right?
It might just work.
Brandon VR, what's up, yo?
Hey, man. How are you?
Good to see you, man.
Brandon is insane at breachers.
Well, I wouldn't say insane.
He's good. He's good. He's good. He knows the spots.
He does know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
You want him on your team. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. 1v1 me, Brandon. You think you're good? Huh? You think you're good?
Oh, snap.
Let's go. Let's dance. Yeah, dude. So that was cool.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't say but. in addition to that, I also played Demeo Battles, the PvP mode of Demeo.
Nice.
And I'm not allowed to say anything about it.
Yeah.
Other than generic things like it was fun.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, with a little bit of resolve, it was fun.
Yeah.
And I guess that's all I can say.
That too. Here, I'm gonna just put on. I guess I'll put on a just a regular Demeo trailer here. Oh, we talk about this a little bit.
Zimtalk says Alex is better. Just saying. Thanks, Zim. That's my. I need that. I don't have a lot going on. You know what I mean? Like, I need these moments when I'm like capable of killing people in a game. It's like it gets me by.
I really did enjoy my time with Demeo Battles as well, and I very much cannot wait for it to come out for everyone to be able to try.
I know. I wish I could dive into details about it.
Same.
So I guess that should be about all we say, and maybe you can deduct your own conclusions from the way we're talking about it.
Yep, that is all.
That is all. So that was great. And Stockholm was just badass, but that was the VR for me in Sweden. We went there. I went there with my job for Contact CI. We make a haptic glove, and we went to visit the Volvo offices in Sweden.
Cool.
That's what we were doing there. Yeah.
Nice, because all of these car companies are using virtual reality technology and haptics to design things now, right? And so VR has come way further than just playing video games. It's all over the place, all kinds of different industries, and it's so cool that you get to be in that part of the industry too.
It is cool. Yeah, I like to be involved. I would be involved in any capacity at all. Like if it was like a distant cousin of virtual reality, I'd be like, yes, I'm in, count me in on that. But yeah, having like an active role in some of the other stuff outside of games and things like that is cool. It gives you kind of that like big picture of the industry and, meeting new people and new opportunities and all that stuff. So
heck yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Good stuff, man. I do love this industry, and there's so much happening all the time. There's, people are making headsets. The games don't stop. And with the games not stopping, it looks like we have a meta showcase coming up, which is really exciting because they have been talking about this being the biggest and the longest meta showcase that they've ever done.
Bye, Wise. Thanks for coming by.
Hey,
bro.
See you later, dude. Adios. And bye to Tribe as well. I think he said he's leaving. Yeah, later, guys. Keep being amazing. See you later, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Later, man.
But yeah, there's a lot happening, and there's this trailer that they kind of put up. It wasn't even a trailer. It was just this little
an announcement.
Yeah, it was just a little announcement, and I think I have it somewhere.
Oh, there's a single image.
Yeah, and I know I put it on here. There's just too many buttons on this Stream Deck to find it. But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what it is they actually talk about, because throughout all of this time, they continue to, it's not on here anymore. But they continue to drop these games announcements and then never talk about them again, right? Like we've heard about Grand Theft Auto, we've heard about Assassin's Creed, and just some major IPs that they plan to bring to the platform. And then you just don't hear about them anymore. Yeah. And then they also buy all of the best VR studios. They've acquired 8?
And then lay everybody off.
And then lay everybody off. But never come out with a game. Yeah. Like every studio they've acquired from Big Box and the creators of Population One and the Onward guys and Echo Arena, Rad Studios, and just all of these studios, they buy them and you don't hear from them anymore. That's it. No games have ever come from anything that they've bought. To this point, and hopefully it's because it takes time to develop for new platforms. So I'm thinking that maybe this is, because they're developing for Quest 3.
That is the way I am choosing to that's the perspective I'm choosing to exist in right now. Like obviously we don't know, right? Like they could just be dropping the ball like crazy.
They could be,
because it's kind of like,
who knows,
kind of the trajectory so far. But I like to give them the benefit of the doubt and think that is the case. You have people out there like Denny Unger who I think really speak to this. He is the CEO of Cloudhead Games, who make Pistol Whip, and on Twitter, if you follow him, he often talks about how people complain about like a lack of quality experiences in VR, and he's always like, you guys just have to wait.
I know.
Trust
that's what we keep hearing, right?
And I get it. Like yes, it's been years, but also like sometimes these things do take literal years. Like Breath of the Wild came out and they were already working on Tears of the Kingdom, and Breath of the Wild came out in 2016 or 2017.
Yep.
You know, so and now it's 2023.
Yeah.
So that's 6 years.
Yeah, AAA development takes 4 to 6 years for a game. It really does. And we've only had the Quest, even to the Quest 1, for what, like 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we should be getting to a point now where some of these companies are now like starting to release their A-game stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Yeah, Kyle Render's saying they promised Microsoft Office apps for the Quest Pro. LMAO. Yeah, I don't have anything I can use for work on the Pro. I feel you there. Endeavor One is here. What's up, dude? Good to see you, Endeavor One. Thanks for stopping in, hanging out with the Between Realities fam for the Season 7 premiere. 7 seasons, baby.
Wow. So, do you have... I found the little video, by the way. To do it manually.
There it is.
But what do you think is going on here? We talked about this a little bit on the Crewcast.
Yes.
And, you know, I'd like to kind of see if your thoughts have changed, if you've come up with anything else. I mean, I think just from this little snippet right here, this one you're seeing with this helmet, it looks like Asgard's Wrath.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't know if it's the original Asgard's Wrath that's being ported to the Quest. Don't know if it's a part 2. You know, Asgard's Wrath is a beefy game, 20 hours of content, multiple characters that you unlock and then you play as that all have different abilities. The environments were absolutely stunning and gorgeous. It was a pretty fun game. Is there a way to get that particular game onto a mobile chipset and retain its visual fidelity in any way? Or do you think they started from scratch with an Asgard's Wrath 2 to kind of go right from the beginning optimizing for an XR2 or XR3 chipset for the Quest 3?
I don't think this is Asgard's Wrath 1.
Yeah.
I don't. No, I think that it's kind of, I think this teaser is like a, if you know, you know, kind of teaser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like if you played Asgard's Wrath, then you'll be especially excited for this gaming showcase because we have something related to that to show you. But I don't know if they would tease this. I don't know if they would tease that cryptically like this, because I'm not sure that that would be as big of a deal as something like this alludes to, you know, like, you know, like I don't, there's like not a bunch, like it's not Half-Life Alyx, you know, it's not like Half-Life Alyx is coming to a Quest and now all these people can finally play this game that they've been hearing about for years, you know, like Asgard's Wrath, I didn't personally play it, but I know it was good. I know people enjoyed it, but I don't think it like, you know, like made a huge wave in terms of like being, you know, like I never hear people talking about this in their like top 10 VR games.
It's weird because it was so long ago too, right? This was on the original Oculus Rift CV1, right? Is when this came out. I don't even know if the Rift S was out yet. I don't think it was. So this was way back. It was a game that was funded by Meta, by a big studio, and it turned out really good. And I got about 12 hours into this game, and then I moved on. And it wasn't because I enjoyed the game. Obviously, if I just freaking loved it, I would have made it all the way through. But I did really like it, but something else took me away from it. I was 12 hours into this game, and then something came out. You know how the VR world is, right? We want to play everything. We get all these keys, and another game came out and took me away from it. But I mean, I was enjoying this all the way through. It was very challenging. There was a lot of melee combat, and it's like an old school video game where you had to memorize like the bosses or the opponents their moves, and then you had to like dodge, weave, slash, like, you know, and kind of memorize the way each one worked. So it had like the roots of like old school games, which was really cool, and I really liked it. And I remember very much being a sweaty mess after I played this game for a couple hours, you know, each time, because it really made you move a lot, because you were like literally fighting all of these enemies you came across. And you'd get out of all these battles and you'd be like out of breath, and then here comes another guy. Oh my god.
Dude, I've been playing Thrill the Fight lately to burn some exercise, to burn some calories, and oh my god.
Yeah. I bet, dude. That game is really, really difficult.
It's
like, as far as its movements.
I am gassed after a fight. I mean, I've been doing this like Beat Saber warm up into Thrill of the Fight, like to push me over the edge. And I could not imagine doing a back-to-back boxing match. And it's like, I think they're like 3-minute rounds. So you're looking at like a 9 minutes of activity that like, I'm like sore today. Like I can really feel it, Thrill the Fight is no joke. There's not a lot of, I can't think of any VR game that's not designed to be exercise that pushes me like this.
Yeah. This is tough. I mean, I thought Creed Rise to Glory when it first came out was going to be just as hard, but they had this interesting mechanic that your character gets fatigued even though you're not fatigued, which I didn't like. And then later on the quest, I think it was, they made it so there was like an exercise mode where that didn't happen. But this isn't like that. This is like, you're fighting, you're gonna get fatigued. So when you get fatigued, you're fatigued in the game, right? And then you get your butt kicked.
Yes.
So this game is a legit workout, and it's really good.
It's good.
Really good.
I know it's not a new game or anything, but I'm like just now like playing it enough where I'm like going through the progression of the fighters and the story, and I haven't knocked anybody out yet, and I'm swinging as hard as I can, like I'm like really trying to knock someone out, and I can't do it. Like they will not go down. Like, and I will just go off. Like I'll pummel their ribs like a bunch of times to get their hands to come down, and then I'll come up on top and I will just rail on them and just like hit them as hard as I can, and they just will not drop.
This is great. This is something I often forget about, and I do try sometimes to play active games to kind of burn some calories here, because I don't like going to the gym, but something like this will absolutely work your cardio and get you to where you need to be as far as raising your heart rate. This game is no joke.
Yep.
We have heard that Thrill of the Fight 2 is coming, and it will feature multiplayer, right?
I heard that a long time ago.
Yeah, this is true. But this game was put out by like one dude, right? And he did a phenomenal job.
It's really good.
Now he's doing this with also having to put in netcode between multiple, for multiplayer. So good luck to him. I hope it comes out as good as the first one, and then maybe we can kind of get together and fight. That'd be sweet.
Immersed Robot is here.
Hey, what's up?
That's Gary.
Robot. How's it going, Gary Walkton?
He says, welcome back. I rarely comment or chat, but your show is always a nice thumbnail on my feed.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Thanks,
we appreciate you, and we appreciate your creativity bringing us The Memory Engine, which is an amazing book that is up there with like Ready Player One, and is better than Ready Player Two. The story is phenomenal. It's all about VR in the future, full haptic technology, and it's absolutely incredible. So go check out that book, because
The
I know
Memory
you guys
Engine.
are into this stuff too. But yeah, thanks for coming, Gary.
PhiloZX is here saying he needs to try Creed again. So yeah, that's good. Creed is cool. And here's the mechanic you're talking about. If you're moving your hands in Creed, you're fatiguing your character. It's like you can't just like drop them to your sides and like wiggle it out a little bit, because that's actually tiring your character out. It's all about keeping your hands like still, like not moving them at all, which is not something that I ever figured out while I was playing the game. I was just
and when you hit people, it brings down your stamina. So
Paul's here from the VR realm saying it's totally a great book and he loved every second of reading it.
Nice.
Good to see you, dude. GTGT's in the house. Yeah.
Hey, GTGT. Haven't seen you in a minute. How's it going?
Good to see you. Wes is chilling now. Virtual Strangers.
Word up, homie.
He's the homie for
Got
sure.
to see Wes over in GDC as well.
Man, the FOMO has never been more real than GDC. Like that is...
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you finally got me back for OC6 now.
Oh, I don't know, bro. OC6, you're at the last Oculus Connect.
I know.
And I got to sit at home waiting for updates. like, come on, Alex, send me some nuggets.
Yeah, that was my first time ever meeting anyone from the VR community. It was a surreal experience.
Nice.
Paradise Decay is here. What's up, man? Saying, what did I miss?
P. Diddy, what's up, Paradise Decay?
I'll tell you what you missed. You missed our new channel, our new podcast intro.
Yeah.
Make sure you go back and see it.
There might be some familiar faces in it.
Yeah, you should check that out, dude. We have an intro, a new intro that took me hours to make. And I'm happy that we have it. You know?
Man, so what else have you been playing? Because there's one thing that you told me you were playing that I'm dying to get your thoughts on. I think you know what that is.
I do. I played to completion What the Bat.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I actually did that this morning.
This morning?
Yep.
You played the whole thing this morning?
I played the whole thing this morning.
Wow. So you are, this is nice and fresh in your brain.
Yep.
So this is like the time to get this information.
Yep.
I hope Eric's here because right now he's like fuming in the background.
Yeah. So I played What the Bat. I beat it, you know, I guess beat it, right? I don't know. I beat it.
Literally with a bat.
I did. I beat it with a bat. It's tough, you know. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the experience. It is novel. There is a lot of creativity there. I personally really like it when things are intuitive and don't require a lot of explanation or
brain power
for sure. That's very true. Or even like user interface elements.
Okay.
You know, there's not like a bunch of text on the screen or like a voice telling me things in my ear, telling me what to do. They just kind of throw you into it, and it's all intuitive enough that you can just blast through all the level. I mean, I beat this in like, I don't know, an hour and a half or 2 hours. You know, it was like, bam.
Okay.
I flew through this.
Yeah.
It's creative in the way that like things don't do what you expect them to do, and they set you up for that. You know, you'll like hit a button, and then you know like something will run across the street, and then you hit the button again, and then like the street moves, and you're like, whoa. You know, that doesn't happen, but that's just kind of an example of the type of interactions that are in this game. If I use a little creativity, I can imagine why Upload VR might call this a game of the year. And not to say that I agree, because I don't. It's not a game of the year title. It's not a game of the year, not even close.
No matter how much I think and use creativity, I just can't.
Here's why. To me, this is like, I think they saw it as almost like the evolution of Job Simulator or titles like it, you know, like an easy game to introduce someone to the world of VR and the potential and the capabilities and the things that can happen in VR. Now, granted, they don't do a lot of like unique things that are unique to VR. Like the gameplay elements don't really push the boundaries, but they are like, it is like a good example of a lot of the cool stuff that VR can do. And, maybe they thought it was like a replacement for Job Sim or Beat Saber as like that first experience that you get somebody into, and like the absurdity of the types of puzzles that exist there. Maybe can, I don't know, like I think it probably resonates better with young people, you know, like if you're like 10, this game, you probably love this game.
If you are probably 8 to 10 years old, this will be phenomenal.
Yeah.
This is definitely a game for people that don't require much. Do you know what I mean?
The puzzles are not hard.
No.
Like it's basically like everything is just spelled out for you, and it's more just like.
And they're weird though. They're weird.
They are weird, but it's like it's just like a machine gun of interactions. It's just like interact with this, interact with that, interact with this, interact with that, try it with this, try it with that. And it's just like all these different interactions kind of coming at you rapid fire. Yeah. Now, there are some things that I really did not like. And the primary one is how the scenes are separated. Like you will do the most like simple, mundane task ever, which is just hit a button and then a thing falls over and it hits your trophy. And then the next level comes, but it fades to black and then pulls you into a new scene. And it's doing that all the time. Like the game was constantly black screen, new interaction, do the interaction, black screen, new interaction, do the interaction, black screen, new interaction. It's just like breaking that up so hard. Like a lot of times I would want to complete my task and then like I start to just like look around in the environment a little bit and poof, it like pulls the plug and throws me into the next thing. And it was just like so jarring and like uncomfortable in those moments. And that's like the entire game It's like constantly doing that.
Yeah.
That's my biggest critique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, interesting. I mean, like there's only one reason I played this game. And it was because of Eric Masher's rant on Q2C VR Gamer, because how long and hard he went off on this game. It is nothing about this game made me want to play it. And then when I got in there, I struggled hard to stay in there. And it was one of those things where I was like, no, eventually I'm going to get to a level and I'm going to be like, oh, this is getting fun. It's starting me slow and it's getting fun. And it never happened. I struggled for about an hour and I turned it off. And I did not enjoy my time in this.
I did.
I did not.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I wasn't blown away. I don't know if I'll go back to it, especially after you like see everything once and you like figure out the very simple puzzles. I don't see a reason to go back. If I had like a little nephew come over, I'd be throwing them into What the Bat, and I'm sure they would have a blast with it, especially because they wouldn't so quickly solve each puzzle, and they would probably mess around in the levels a little bit more, trigger a couple of the achievements, because you can get achievements by like doing things in the level that are not intended or not required to pass it. You know, if you like open up the oven, a chicken runs out and you get an achievement for that, you know, so little things like that. But I saw an opportunity here in this game that I thought maybe would have been the reason why Upload liked it, and it ultimately fell short of my expectations. And I guess this is like a minor spoiler. I'm just so anti-spoiler, I almost feel like I need to preface it, even for this game. But in What the Bat, you start as like a baby, and like your companion throughout the whole game is this big cube elephant who's just basically there in every scene. They don't do anything. They're just sitting there. It's just an elephant. And if you like hit a ball at it, it'll spit in his trunk and then throw it back at you. But you start the game as like a baby, and every time you beat a world, you take a selfie, and there's this like chronological vibe to it. And I thought maybe they might do something like with the storytelling, like maybe somewhat profound with like this idea of like getting older, you know, and like going through life, and like maybe thought they were gonna like give me like a little bit of like an emotional pull or something like that, because I started as a baby and then I got older, you know, and like then I'm in the neighborhood and I go to the museum as an adult, and there's just like I thought I saw something there, and it just nothing.
They're just nope, that's it.
Yeah, it was just nothing. So when I got to the end of the game, it said more worlds coming soon. So I'm guessing they'll either patch it or add a DLC to the game. But at the end of the day,
I don't know if, go ahead.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think it's a great game for a younger audience as an introduction to VR. But that's about it. It's not the next Job Sim. It still doesn't have that layer of like interactiveness and like just like freedom,
right?
You know, because like you're not free the second you complete that task. They close the doors on your face and open them back up to a new one. Yeah. As opposed to like in Job Simulator, you can just run rampant and just do whatever you want for as long as you want. You know, so it's not the next Job Sim, but it's a great game for someone young who's looking to get into VR. It doesn't encourage the user to move through the space. There's no locomotion. You don't need to turn the cameras at all. So for those reasons, I think it makes sense for
a newcomer. Mind-numbing game. For sure. You don't need to think. You don't need to really do anything. But this is really good. I guess, a good timing because now coming is What the Car, which we just heard about yesterday. I don't know. I'm not positive if this is coming to VR. I'm guessing it probably will, because all the What the games aren't necessarily, they weren't always VR, right? They were just other games, and they saw an opportunity here to bring it in VR. So let's see what happens here. We got What the Car. Yay. Really, this one might be more fun, to be honest with you. The whole hitting things with a bat just was not for me. At least this might be more fun. I don't know, man. These games are not for me. Like not even a little.
Yeah, I feel you.
So we'll see.
Endeavor 1 says looks like good, clean fun, and that's kind of what it is. It's just good, clean silliness. Yeah. I did feel like I had nubs. You know, like the first time I've ever felt like what it could possibly be like to interact with objects without having a hand. You know, you're just like pushing the bats together to like pick things up, which, and I will give it to them. They actually made those mechanics pretty smooth. Like I was expecting like a lot of the jank that you see when you're like trying to pick things up in VR games with like 2 items, and like everything kind of worked the way I wanted it to. So it you know, it was well made, I guess.
Well, okay, yeah, that's good. You know,
let's see.
I'm glad you get through it because I do remember you kept saying like I want to play this because I really want to, because like the whole thing with Eric too, constantly going off on this game. It definitely, I think
I'm glad I played it.
I really think Eric sold more copies of this game. Like counterintuitively did what he didn't want to do.
You're probably
do you know what I mean? Because
like,
everyone was like so curious they had to play it.
Well, it's the combination of his rant with uploads. Gold medal, you know?
Yeah, I mean, in no universe, even if there's a multiverse with infinity versions of everything, could I ever even see that version of the universe where What the Bat gets Game of the Year?
I know.
In no universe.
I know, it's insane. And that's what I was thinking. It's like maybe they just wanted to like be ahead of the curve and like see the next Job Simulator coming, or like see the next Beat Saber like first experience game, you know. But that, I'm just reaching. I'm just reaching.
Reach, because I need, you know, I can't figure out the explanation of this, but so that's interesting. I mean, it is. I'm glad you get to play it and see. And,
I recorded everything too. I want to start putting some gameplay footage up on our channel.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
just full playthroughs of PlayStation VR games.
That's cool.
Without commentary.
Oh, you played this on PSVR?
I did.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. That's excellent. Very cool.
Yeah, it was good. It was nice to put the PlayStation VR again, too. It's been kind of sitting down for a minute.
Yeah, I know. When I first got the PSVR, I played it nonstop. And really, the game that really got me, as we all know, was Resident Evil 8.
That's got to be next.
There is one of the greatest VR games ever.
Mm-hmm. Ever. Virtual Strangers asking, will I ever play it again? Probably not. Wolf Roz is saying, decent idea, bad price. No one would have said anything if they weren't asking so much. How much is it?
I don't know. If it was more than 99 cents, it's a fail. That game's value is about $1.
It is $24.99.
Yeah, no.
24, and it says 100 unique levels.
If you ever, is there 100 levels in there?
I don't think so. If they're counting each scene change,
it's got to be.
Yes.
Yeah. I would say this game, if you ever see it for 99 cents, it might be worth some time. You know, probably not still.
Definitely not at this price. Maybe like a $10 purchase.
Yeah.
Because like I said, if you have family, you have a child who wants to get into something, I promise you a kid would love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Little kids would absolutely love this. The kids that love Job Simulator and like all of these little, you know, cheesy games where things are funny and cute, this is for them.
Yeah, Chris Hanney saying, I 100% played What the Bat as a 6-year-old.
As a 6-year-old,
pretty much Paul too.
Yeah.
Paul says, I am mentally 8 to 10 years old. I loved this.
That's awesome. Well, to each your own. We've talked about how, like, you know, there are some great games out there and there are some not great games out there from each one of our perspectives, and each person likes something different, and that's why there's so many different things. If everyone liked the same thing, we'd keep getting clones of the same stuff over and over again. So this is great, right? We get stuff for everybody, and that's important. It's important that we all like different things. So I'm glad that you got some joy out of it.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, good. Joy is a strong word.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
It was cool, you know.
But enjoy.
Okay, I did enjoy.
So you got a little joy. A little eyedropper of joy.
I had a little drip of joy.
Okay, a little drip of joy.
Yeah, it was cool.
Okay, good. Awesome. Well, that's good. I'm glad.
Yep. Next, I think is going to be a Fisherman's Tale. Another Fisherman's Tale.
Oh, nice.
I think that's the next game that I want to sit down and grind out.
I'm one of the few people that played A Fisherman's Tale that didn't absolutely loved it. Like, I liked it. It was okay. I was a little bummed that I purchased it. If I had gotten that game for free, it would have been better.
Yeah.
It's something I would have probably just enjoyed to play for nothing. It's not necessarily for me. By the time that game came out, I already had thousands of hours in VR, but that game came out at a certain time where VR started to pick up some momentum, and it's some really cool things with scale and with the different puzzles and like kind of interlaying yourself on top of yourself on top of yourself, right? And it was really cool in the way that like it showed some of these potentials of VR. I was done with it. I played it once, and that was it. I don't need to go back to it. And maybe I've heard that the second one is similar, and I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I've seen it like like their like promotional materials or whatever, and it shows like a couple of the different game mechanics. Like now you can like send your hand across the room and like control it from a distance and stuff like that. So, but I didn't finish a Fisherman's Tale, so maybe I should do that first because I was like kind of getting invested in the story of that game. I was like, what's going on here? And there was like kind of this like, like I was talking about earlier, almost like an emotional vibe that I was getting from everything, And I am curious as to how the story of that game ends up. And I'm imagining another Fisherman's Tale will like have callbacks to it and stuff. So maybe I'll play that one, the first one through, and then get on the second one. Cause I want to play it before the,
I'm sure it'll be great. I mean, a lot of people really, really loved this game. I gotta switch gears here, and I have to talk more about this game, and I know I won't stop talking about it, but I need to talk about it because like Ghosts of Tabor to me, we're talking about Ghosts of Tabor here, people. Okay, so it's just the way it is.
Yeah,
okay?
It is.
This game is almost everything I've ever wanted in a VR game. Okay, I don't know that I'm going to say that this is like this means as much to me as Half-Life, because Half-Life the IP was a dream for me to play in VR, but I have had more fun, more genuinely immersive virtual reality. I am in this game and I don't ever want to leave it fun than I have in Ghosts of Tabor. Like this game brings like everything I think I've ever wanted. Like this one, like the game is really good. The mechanics are good. The gunplay is good. The realism is absolutely through the roof with how you have to open the box of bullets and pull each one out and put it in the clip or put it in a gun loader, right? But being able to assemble the weapons the way you want them. But the thing is, like, this game has such intense consequences for when you die that like most games don't have that. And when you don't have a true consequence to your death, the game starts to get a little maybe boring, or like, okay, you just do it again and you get through it. Like, you could bring in a gun into this game that you have spent a month acquiring the parts for, right? And this gun, you love this gun, the way it shoots. Like, you have like a vest on that took you forever to find. It's like one of the best. You've attached all of these things to keep your ammo on, and you found the helmet. And then on top of that, you found the night vision to go on it. And you can go in one run, get sniped in the face, and it's all gone. You're dead. You don't get it back. And then to top it off, the person who killed you gets the reward of your hard work.
They take your favorite gun.
They take it, and someone else is holding that thing that you cherished and is now walking away with it. And that is a bummer. But at the same time, it's the opposite. You can go in and do that same thing to someone else and pop someone and really stalk someone and spend like 10 minutes or 5 minutes or something, like really sneaking around, stalking players, and then whacking them in the perfect situation, and then taking all of their gear, emptying their backpacks, taking their weapons they worked so hard to acquire, and taking that home with you to then bring into another raid. Like, I love this game.
Z-Storm VR saying that you guys lost all your gear the other day.
We did. So me and Z were playing, and we kind of deserved it, and I'll tell you why. We spent the majority of the night going into raids and killing everyone, like clearing the maps and taking everyone's stuff. right? So we ended up finding what's called what's a purple key card, and this key card is rare to find, but when you find it, you can use it to go unlock a room, and the room is a vault that contains all of this sick loot, right? And then, but when you open the door, alarms go off. Everyone knows that thing's open. Everyone knows what's inside, and then a war will ensue, typically, right? So we found a purple key card. We went in after a night of triumphant victory, filling our gun walls, filling our armories with everything you could ever want. And we found this card, and we went in and we found some really, really good loot. And then for the first time that night, we ran into two of the sickest players that literally took us each out with one shot to the head. Damn. And took everything that we brought in and everything we found from getting that key card and going in and taking that. And that's the type of consequence I'm talking about. Like, you can get cocky in this game.
You let your guard down.
You let your guard down and you get cocky. And sometimes you're like, I've been dominating all night, right? And then when it really matters, someone comes and wipes the floor with you, right? And that's part of the amazingness of this game is consequence.
Yeah.
Good and bad. Right, along with it being an amazing game. There's 2 maps in this game right now, which they are. I'm very fortunate to work with these guys because I love the game so much. I stalk them and until they agreed to let me do some work with them, right? And I get to see some things that are coming, and they have all of these new maps planned out. They're working on them. This game is getting built to this just to be even better, right? Like, it's going to continue to grow and grow and grow. But right now there's 2 maps. One of them is a very close corridor, is very dark. You are going to get into action in this one. It's called Silo. You're going to get in there, and everyone's crammed into a very small place. It's dark, there's corridors. You're going to come around the corner. Someone's going to catch you off guard, right? And things happen, and it's very intense. The other one is Island of Tabor. It's a huge map. Each time you go into this, you're going to have a different experience. You're going to go to a different place, a different building. The exfils change where you go. You can't get through everything because, first of all, there's a time limit on the raids. Second of all, you have to take into account your hunger and your thirst. So you have to you might be next to a place is probably loaded with good loot, but you're really close to thirsting to death. And if you can't find water, you better get out, or you're going to lose everything you acquired so far, right?
Have you ever died from starvation or dehydration?
And the other cool thing is, too, when you start getting really hungry, your stomach starts to make those noises, and other players can hear it, and it gives you away. So you might have a squad come by, and you're now hungry, and your stomach's going.
Do we need to design a haptic effect for the stomach grumble?
We should.
Is that a thing?
We should. I don't think it is, but this game does have native B haptics. When you jump, you feel it. You shoot, you feel it. You get shot, you feel it. So there's a lot of cool interactions here. I don't think the stomach grumbling is one, but there absolutely should be.
Yeah, I would love that.
But you could literally be hiding, and all of a sudden you get hungry, and then the other players hear your stomach growling, and they are now not leaving until you're dead or they're dead.
That's so funny.
Right? So this game has so much to offer. It's it is one of the greatest feats of VR that I have ever personally found, and I cannot stop playing this game.
He's not lying.
I can't stop.
In there.
This is crack to me.
Mind Jive is in the house. What's up, Mind Jive? Saying, not tried Tabor yet. Is it worth getting with $30 DLC season pass? There's only a few days left to get the DLC on Oculus, I think.
So there's different levels to what you can buy here. So you can get into this game for as cheap as $20, right? You buy in at $20 and you come in and you have a safe house and it's empty. You have to go in barehanded and you have to acquire weapons, right? So you have to get in with nothing and sneak around and find something to be able to go into the next raid with, right? And one of the cool things is this game has actual players, but it also has NPCs. It has computerized non-playable characters, right? So you will also come up against all of these other NPCs in there too. So it's players and NPCs. But one of the things you can do is you can sneak up on the NPCs and you can grab their heads and snap their necks. So you can do things in this game to kill and acquire things without guns, without armor, but it starts very challenging, right? But if you buy into the higher levels, there's a $30 package, a $40 package, and a $50 package, and those things give you stuff to start the game out with. So it might give you some really good guns, some ammo, backpacks, some armor, some helmets, clips for your weapon, ammo, some gunpowder. Like, you don't just go and buy ammo. Typically you can buy some ammo, but you actually buy the brass, you buy the gunpowder, you put it in a machine, and you crank out the ammo that you need to load your clips. And then you put that stuff in the clips, which you then put in the guns, which you cock exactly accurately to the actual guns in real life, right? These guys, the Scott, the founder of Combat Waffle Studios, is an ex-Army Ranger. So this guy is like into this, man. He has a lot of these guns in real life. You know,
so cool.
Like, so they know, so the little intricacies to these guns. So an MP5, for example, you can't just like pull out the clip, throw in a new one and go. Like, you have to pull back the slider, lock it into place in the little divot in the gun before you can like then put in a new magazine, slap down that thing. So then it's ready to fire. Then each one has a safety. It has fully auto. Depending on what the actual gun has, they're actually like replicas of the real guns. So you will come out of this game knowing how to work these guns if you ever held them in real life, like to the T.
That is cool.
I mean, the level of detail in this game is absolutely insane, unlike anything I've ever seen before.
You know, one thing I did enjoy about this is like, I didn't dislike having nothing. Like, going into the level,
it's a different experience.
Knowing I had nothing, I'm like creeping around, like looking through like boxes and stuff, just like trying to find a weapon. And then when I take this like pistol that I find and actually get a kill on someone, and then I pick up their gun and their backpack and stuff, I'm like, oh, I just earned that.
Now you got to get out.
Yeah, and then getting out,
and
that's
if you don't get out,
a great feeling. There's like a release when you like realize that you're getting to the exit and like no one's there, and you're like, okay, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
There's like a nice release that
and you sit there for the countdown as you're about to exfil, knowing someone could pop you in the head at the exfil and take your stuff there too. It's like nonstop anxiety until you actually get out and put your stuff away. There is nothing else like this in VR. Nothing. Like nothing like this. This is Escape from Tarkov in VR, and they keep making it more and more realistic. If you everything that we take for granted for now, even the ammo loaders, are all going to be leveled. So you won't be able to just do right now what you're going to do. So like you'll be able to grow your own food, for example. All of these things are actively in development, not just on a roadmap. Like they're actually working on it.
It's happening now.
Yeah, and they keep implementing new things all the time. The other thing about this game, though, is eventually you get extremely overpowered because like you find all these good guns, but you also level up the traders in this game. And once you level up and you sell them a certain amount of things and you do missions for them, you rank up with them and you gain what do you call it? You get a reputation with them, and now they will sell you better things that you don't usually find in Raid. Some really sick guns, right? So eventually you're going to be so OP, you're going to go up against lower ranked players, and you're just going to dominate. So every 6 months or so, they do a wipe. And they reset everyone's progress. They erase all your guns, everything that you've gotten, and they set everyone back to a level playing field.
Your reputation too.
Yes. You have to start all over again. And that beginning part of the game is also stupid amounts of fun. Like when you're in there and no one has anything, you're not going to get popped by someone 200 meters away with the most insane sniper scope with a 50 cal, sniper rifle across the map right into your dome piece. Like there's like this certain, the game changes completely, and it continues to change and progress throughout the time that everyone has been acquiring gear. I mean, I think the only thing that's missing for me in this game to like really make it like complete the gameplay loop, because there is a progression system in terms of like acquiring items that make you better. And I didn't know about the reputation with the vendors. That's another step in the right direction for sure. But I think for me, I am just missing that like
actual progression, in-game progression, like an XP bar, you know, like I want to hit a certain level, you know, like it would be cool if like, you know, if I play the game as much as you, that I then have like a level 20 tag attached to me, you know, and then you know, potentially something that I could acquire, maybe like an icon next to my name after like the wipe happens if you're level 50 at the end of the
prestige,
wipe. Like a prestige, exactly. Something like that, like any kind of like level, like XP level, like when I escape, it's like 100 XP for an extraction, 50 XP for each rifle you got out of there, you know, like that kind of stuff. Like that, I think would really close the loop for me.
That would be. And right now, you know, there is that system with each individual trader. One of the traders has just guns and silencers and clips, right? And scopes. Another trader has only armor and the things you attach to the armor and the helmets and the night vision that goes on them. Another trader has only health items and stamina items and things. And then there's another one that deals with only food, right? So food and water, and different food does different things. You can get food that replenishes both your water levels and your hunger, but you can also get food that you find in raid or that you can buy that fills your hunger but takes away from your thirst. It dehydrates you, right? So all of this gets really in depth. There's the medical station where there's all of these different things to heal yourself. There is there's even which is coming, there's a full PC building in here that's on the way. I've seen previews of it, that you can build PCs, PC after PC, and build a rendering farm for crypto that then gives you in-game currency as you build up your crypto farm to then be able to buy things from the traders that you've leveled up on, right?
Nice.
So as you level up with each of these vendors, you get the higher end perks from each one. It's not like you level up and then you get all of these things across the board. You have to level up each and every one. So if you are most interested in having amazing weapons, that's one thing. If it's armor, that's another thing. If it's like all of these different things you can work on at your own pace, and they're not easy. They take some grinding. But can you tell I love this game? I could talk.
Yeah, listen.
I could do the Tabor cast.
And honestly, Kyle Render's joking about it. He says, just rename the podcast, bro.
Tabor cast. Here we go.
He said,
here we go.
Between Ghosts of Tabor and Alex VR. So
people play this game.
Now listen, they're going to because of you. Okay, people in this chat right now are going and buying the game. Like as you're talking, people are acquiring.
Nice.
It. So
nice.
But
come in with me, friend me.
Do that. That will definitely help.
I can help you because the interactions in this are not super easy either. Please make sure have some patience here. There's a lot of different things to learn.
Right.
Okay?
Here's Zimtalk. He says, like most games of this nature, the complexity is too front loaded. They just need to overhaul the game's first hour. That's what Zim says.
Yeah, and this is true. And they keep doing that. So we didn't have the initial tutorials until recently either. And they make the tutorial, they're making them better, and they're trying to onboard players more and more. Please keep in mind this game is in beta. This is already, in my opinion, one of the very best VR games that has ever been. But it's still in beta. So when this thing is actually finished and has a 1.0, it's going to be through the roof, right? Like, there's different ways to grab different things. Some things, you grab your gun with the grip, but then you have to grab some things with the ammo with just the trigger. Some things require you, like your vest, to use the grip and the trigger at the same time, so it knows you're going for the vest and not your backpack. These are all things that you have to know to understand that those things are not jank. They are intentionally there. So once you learn them, you can quickly do the thing that you want to do without dying because you have to get this item done, fast. You have to be able to get in your backpack or reload your ammo without accidentally grabbing the front of the gun, right? Rip your clip out and grab a new one and get it in there fast, right? So you have, like, a lot of the stuff might seem like jank, but there's a lot of intentional things in there that you just have to learn. Once you get over that initial hump, and good luck to you. This is all you're ever going to play for a long time.
And it really helps to have someone who does know the game, like, there with you when you're starting, so you can say, like, how do I grab my backpack? How do I join a match? Like there's a lot of just like simple things like that aren't super obvious.
Yeah, you have to know to go to the computer in your safe house and how to add a friend and team up with people, right? But it is very helpful to go in with a squad, especially some other people that have played this game before, because maybe they could bring you a gun so you don't have to go naked the first time, right?
And that's Zim's next question. Are there any teaming mechanics? Like it feels like it's just kill on sight.
No, I mean having a good squad that communicates together well is imperative. So one of the things that's very easy to do in this game is kill your teammates.
Oh yeah.
Right? All you really get, so there's multiple ways to know your teammates. One is you have a little glow stick on your thigh. Very easy to miss if you're far away, or if you are if that person isn't turned right where their thigh is, right, to see that glow stick. The other thing is the better level armor you acquire, the more blue spots you get for your teammates to be able to quickly identify you. When you're in a situation where there's 3 other people, another squad you're trying to kill, and then your teammates are out trying to surround them too, it is almost impossible to be able to tell your teammate from the enemy, and you will kill your friends sometimes, and their stuff is gone unless you can get it out. And that can be a difficult reality of this game. Again, this game is about consequences, right? So like you have to communicate, you have to be able to tell your team what you're doing and how you're advancing, and you have to like really strategize to take out well-skilled teams in this game. And if you're not able to like accurately like communicate with your team what's happening. The other thing is too that other teams, if you're using the in-game mic, can hear you like we could hear you in real life if you were really around the corner, right? So a lot of people mute in game and go into Discord to kind of avoid that. Some people say it's cheating, some people don't. Whatever the case may be, there are a lot of mechanics you have to deal with here. Get in with someone, if you can, that's already played this game that can help you, because once you get over this first hump, this game is gonna blow your mind,
dude. And and I guess like if you're like in the real military, you do more training than just putting on a headset and jumping into a match with your friends, right?
You do.
But like I have absolutely team killed in this game and other games,
and me too,
many times.
Everyone has,
and it really gets me thinking. It's like, dude,
that happens.
How often does this happen?
It really happens,
like a lot.
Know that this stuff, like this, kind of makes you empathize with the people that are really out there doing this stuff. People get killed by the people in their squads in real life in battle. All the time.
Homie walks up behind you.
All
he's
the time.
Hey, what's going on? You're like, ah!
Yeah, or you see movement around a corner. You don't realize your teammates there. They're trying to be quiet to not be heard by the enemy, right? And you blow them away. This stuff really happens, man. This is like actual consequences in the game to your actions. You have to there's so many things to account for in this. And like if you go in by yourself, that's one thing. You don't have to worry about team kills. You can be very quiet. It's very immersive. You listen for footsteps. You listen for people with open mics. You hear a sneeze. Like you go toward all of these different things. But at the same time, having someone to watch your back, take someone out that might sneak up behind you, find that loot that you desperately need to survive, that water, you're about to die of thirst, and your friend stumbles upon water under in some box that they found under a tree, and now you can live and you can get out with your gear if you can make it. Like this game has many different ways for it to be awesome, depending on how you want to play it.
VR with Jasmine sneaking in here.
Hey, what's up,
Good
Jazz?
to see ya.
How's it going?
What's up, Jazzy? Dude, like when I play any shooter with any level of tactic to it, like this, Firewall, Breachers, I am like 80% ears. It is like your ears tell you so much. Like I will just post up and it's probably like boring to watch a streamer who plays games like this sometimes. I mean, maybe not in Ghost of Deborah because it's pretty action packed, but like in Breachers, I will just sit there and I will know that they're in a general vicinity, and I will just wait. Yeah. I'm just
it's so important.
Just listening.
It's so important because in this game, you also hear other things. Not only will you hear the live mic, not only will you hear the footsteps, you'll hear when they reload, when they cock their weapon, you'll hear when they zip their backpack, right? Like you'll hear when they take a bite of food, you'll hear the chewing. Like this, like there is so much in this game to be had and enjoyed. And like, we're talking virtual reality. This brings you to a whole nother reality with a lot of the senses that you would think would actually really happen in a combat situation. Little cues that would like fill you in that there's someone around a corner or something happening somewhere. There's places that have loot that in order to get to them, you have to open these doors that squeak and like make loud noises. They're old rusty doors and you're pulling them open. And now everyone in the map knows someone, and they know exactly where you are. You better get in and out before they come, or you better have people planted to defend you when they do. Because like, there's just all of these little things that will give you away, just like in real life.
Yeah.
You know?
Jamie Rex saying, all right, fine, I bought it.
I'm sorry.
He's like, I bought it.
Okay, we can stop. I love this game. And it's not gonna, I'm sorry, but it's not the last time I'm going to talk about it.
No,
this game is a sick addiction for me right now, and I think it's going to be for a long time. So hit me up if you want to play.
Amen.
I will take you in and show you the ropes too. Absolutely.
Hell yeah, dude. Zimtalk5 saying, Alex is so silent. I thought he had a heart attack. That's cool. I mean, it is true, you know, and like I've like jumped into some of these Tabor parties and the Discord channels, and like I don't know if that's my thing, you know, like I like need like to listen. You know?
It depends on who you're in there with. Sometimes me and Mash and Betty or someone, or me and Tribe, we're yakking it up. We're having it. But then sometimes like we'll go in and it'll be like, you know, it just depends who it is. And we'll get super tactical and we're listening and we're whispering and we're giving each other cues of where the enemy could be, where they probably are, you know. So it's just different depending on who you play with.
Yeah.
You can play in different ways, and it's fantastic, and I love that about a game.
Yeah.
This game is everything I've ever wanted.
It's great. I enjoy it also. You know, Breachers has been taking more of my time than this game, but I still really like it. And like I said, I think the missing gap for me is a progression, which, to be fair, does not exist in Breachers. There's no level progression in there. There's no unlocking anything. You know, nothing like that.
What a time we're in. We have Breachers and Ghosts of Tabor, two absolutely phenomenal games. I've been loving Breachers too, but the only time I play it is when there's a bunch of people playing and I need to get in there and play with my friends. Otherwise, I'm in Tabor.
Yeah, I could play Tabor solo. I could play that game by myself, and that means a lot. Like, because I would never jump into Firewall solo. I'm never gonna jump into Breachers solo. Like, I don't want to deal with those teammates. But in this, I could easily play
because you can go in by yourself. You're not paired up with strangers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to be paired up in Breachers with other people. Here, you can go in by yourself, and you can play the game in a totally different way.
Yep.
But when you go up against a team of 3, stacked in armor, helmets, the best gear, right? How are you going to take them out without one of their teammates flanking you? And like, it can be difficult, but you also have kind of the advantage of being able to stealth, get into trees, hide in weird little places, you know, and then you have complete control over who's talking, who's saying things and moving and doing. So yeah, different ways to play, man. It's really, really cool.
First Contact Entertainment has been like more and more posting about Firewall Ultra. I saw someone from the Firewall community actually went and played Firewall Ultra. So that's pretty cool. So
that is cool.
Someone has played it now, and they, you know, in their Facebook group post, they said, "Oh, yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's living up to the hype." Blah blah blah.
Wow, that's good. I'm excited. I mean, we need some games like that coming to the PSVR 2, and we will. Right, we're gonna have a lot of cool stuff coming to the PSVR 2.
Well, the most recent tweet from First Contact Entertainment was talking about how, with using controllers instead of the aim controller, you can use your hand to perform gestures. So you can like point to something or like wave to someone or whatever. And it kind of got me thinking a little bit. I'm like, okay, well, wouldn't you only need to do that if you weren't using a mic? Right? Because Firewall is not a game that previously has had proximity chat like Tabor, but I can't imagine that they would change that, right? Like, I feel like Firewall would still stay like your team on a voice channel, the opponent's on a voice channel, and you can't hear each other.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, that has some really cool game elements to it to be able to do that. It's not realistic, but I don't think this game is going for all realism. Some of the graphics are pretty realistic, but one button push reloads is not. So if they're going to do something like that, why not have it so you're all in your own team channel and the teams can't hear each other? you know?
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I guess really what I'm getting at is it seems like they tried to sell having a hand that, you know, you can push a button and gesture on it as a feature, where I'm not sure that that's actually going to affect gameplay that much, because it's only if I chose to play without a mic that I would ever feel like I needed to rely on hand gestures to communicate with my team. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Otherwise, I'm keeping both hands on my weapon.
Or if the team can hear you, then you would have to use gestures like that in order to stay stealth.
Yeah, and if there's proximity chat, I totally get it, because then I can be
like in Tabor, if you're not in Discord, you have to use hand gestures or the enemy will hear you.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But I don't think Firewall's going to do that. So it almost like, to me, it's like, okay, like, cool tweet, I guess. You know?
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
it's a weird thing to show, because they're like, look, you can do things with both hands, but we're still going to make you push a button to reload your gun.
Well, until the competitive mode comes.
Right.
The casual mode is a single button press, and then there'll be a competitive mode that requires more.
Yep.
Dude, how about Soul BC?
Dude, Soul's the man.
Flying in with 5 Between Realities memberships.
What?
That's right.
Dude.
Boom. And they have gone to Hussein X, Snow Toad. Oh, hey, Snow Toad. There you go.
All right.
That's karmic retribution right there. But the good kind, like you want. Duggars K and Jenna Sequa.
Heck yeah.
And Leroy Dorenberg, who has been lurking. You tried to lurk, Leroy Dorenberg, but then you got the membership, and now you're getting called out on the show.
There you go.
So, sorry, I know you're trying to hide in the shadows, but it's not happening today.
Man, can you believe, like, we were like, I mean, I don't know if you were thinking this too, but like right before the show, we were like, I don't know, is there enough to really talk about? And I know that's never a thing, but now we're over. We're like 20 minutes over our time.
Whoa.
Already.
Dang.
Like, what? And I'm sorry that I took half of it talking about Ghost of War.
Are you though?
But I'm not. I am not. Damn, I love VR, and this is one of the things I've always wanted to make me love it even more.
I'm happy, dude. I'm happy for you. I mean, it's like your enthusiasm is obviously palpable, you know, like I'm watching people in the chat being like, all right, fine, I'm buying it. I'll buy the game. Okay. I get it. You know?
Ping me on Discord, Skeeva #0001 with a capital S. If you need help in this game and you're like, I'm going to quit because I don't understand how to do these things, I will go in there with you and I will help you out, because I feel like this game will like change the way you look for games to work in the future. Do you know what I mean? Hit me up.
Dude, hold on. Does this get pitched up too?
No, that doesn't get pitched up.
None of this gets pitched up, does it?
No. I mean, if you
hit that, then we're going to get pitched up here, and then we're going to start to sound like this. I wanted the air horn to get pitched. No, there's no pitch here. Well,
I don't like the
higher one. I think I'd prefer to go into the lower. Yeah, you sound pretty sexy, buddy. Dude, thank you. Oh my God. What's happening to me?
Okay, turn that off.
Okay. Alex attempting to play with the sound.
Yeah, I know. This is a joke. You should keep this out of my reach. Dude, how about Z-Storm, man?
Dude.
5 Between Realities memberships from Z-Storm.
What?
That's what I wanted. I wanted to pitch the horn up.
Dude. I love you, Z. You're the best, man.
Thanks, Z.
Heck yeah.
We love you.
Yes.
I love you too.
He does.
I love you.
And we love you.
He loves you. We love you.
The community loves you.
That they do. You know, and he gifted 5 memberships, and those went to Sweaty Nuggy.
Yeah, my nephew.
Yeah.
All right.
And Ash Westar.
Heck yeah.
Todd Q2C VRG.
Yeah, what's up?
Epic Easton 197.
Nice.
Trying to look. You're getting called out. And Bacardi B, baby.
Yeah, Bacardi B. Man, Bacardi's a great player too. He is a great first-person shooter guy. He like would go into like After the Fall and just dominate in there. Definitely good dude. Very skilled player.
I miss After the Fall.
Yeah, dude. We should get in there again.
I would love to. I am like way overdue for an After the Fall session, man. That is one of my favorite VR experiences.
Same.
It is so fun.
Yep, it really is. It truly is. It's a phenomenal game.
It's so fun.
It is up there in my top list of games.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Along with Ghost of Tabor, After the Fall, Half-Life Alyx, Like,
I bought Black Mesa yesterday.
Oh, you did? Oh, I bought it too, and I even tried to play it flat a little bit.
Yeah,
I was like, this is cool, but I can't. I need to be in VR.
I think I'm going to, because I've never played Half-Life, you know? Like, I mean, I've played it, but I haven't, like, sat down and played it, you know? And Black Mesa looks like the way to do it.
Is Half-Life 1 in the Half-Life 2 engine.
Yes, and it is $5 right now.
What?
So it's normally,
dude.
Yeah,
and
normally
I hear there's a
$20.
VR mod coming for it.
And there's another reason to scoop it up, because all the other Half-Lives are getting VR modded.
Which I have, I did go in and I started also playing Half-Life 2 Episode 1 in VR as well, because that is, so I went all the way through Half-Life 2 with the VR mod that happened. And then, you know, there's Episode 1 and 2 to complete the game before Half-Life Alyx happens. And so I did go in and I played a few hours of Half-Life 2 Episode 1. Phenomenal, absolutely incredible, and I would definitely have beaten it by now if Ghost of Tabor didn't exist. So, you know.
Yeah, I've been I played Portal. I've been playing Portal and Portal 2 recently, and not in VR, because I don't know if there are VR versions of them. I don't exactly know how to get them. I've heard some people say that they exist. But you know, it's just like that Valve quality, man. You know,
I mean? Valve makes incredible stuff, man. We were just in Left 4 Dead 2 VR mod the other day, just having a blast, man. It was me and Eric and Wes and Roots, and we just had such a good time. And Wes and Roots did a thing on Left 4 Dead 2 VR verse After the Fall, which is what that game was inspired by, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
Cool stuff.
And look at Soul BC cruising in here, boom, with a $5 super
Soul.
chat. Thank you, dude.
You rock, dude.
I expect Ghosts of Tabor war stories in the future.
There will be lots. We have, man, I have so many stories. I could literally do a Tabor cast and just talk about things that happen in there, talk about mechanics of the game.
Dude, you might be onto something there.
Yeah. I know.
You might be.
I know. Soul. Let's get in there. So Soul works for Combat Waffle now.
Yes.
It does all their TikToks.
That's
and
so cool.
Yeah, he works for Proper D and Scott and the rest of the team, and is just a valuable part of the Tabor team. And we go in and play. We've been playing together lately, and he's just such a phenomenal dude, man. You know, he was at the you know, we got to hang out a little bit at the launch party, and he's just a great guy. He's a great guy, and thanks for playing with me and helping that team make awesome stuff.
And thanks for supporting Between Realities.
Yes.
VR with Jasmine saying, Alex, we need to play Demio. I told you, send me a calendar invite. That's all I'm looking for at this point. Send the calendar invite. I'll accept
Alex will be there.
I'll be there.
And he's intense in Demio.
Yeah, and you better not waste.
He's there to win.
You better not waste a turn.
He's there to win.
It's funny. I'm ready for more Demio. I need a new campaign.
Heck yeah, dude.
On the fly.
Man.
So
all this time later in that game, still rocking it. All these new campaigns, all of the the skins and the social hub and the ping things, like they keep. Resolution knows how to like prolong the life of their games and continue to add value to stuff you've already paid for. And all of this stuff, they haven't charged you anything. That's crazy. You bought the game and they've like quadrupled, probably 10 times what you could do originally. Right, like
it is nuts. Literally like 10 times the game it was at launch.
Yep,
and then prices never changed.
Yep, never have done anything.
Resolution is just awesome. Like one of the games that we've played with Brittany and I have played with Jaydun and Joy Rain is Cookout. Resolution Games Cookout. Oh yeah, that is an amazing co-op game.
Nice.
Like 4 players together. I promise you will have a blast playing Cookout. Like it's unassuming. It's just a cooking VR game. Whatever. I get it, but it far surpassed my expectations in terms of visual quality, sound effects. Like the voices from the characters are on point, and the collaboration that's required. Like it literally feels like a kitchen. Like we are like
so cool.
Communicating constantly, making sure that everyone knows what your intentions are. All right, I need a piece of bread for 3. You know, like all that stuff. It is really good.
Nice.
And you know what else is really good? VROYBOY. Boom, 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 boom. 60 fatty schmeckles flying in hot, dude.
Nice.
Super happy. VR fam is back. Let the VR weekend start.
Heck yeah.
Gonna buy Ghosts of Tabor Skeeva. I will ping you for sure.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
There it is. RoyBoy, thank you, dude. And thank you all for your support, you know, whether it's moral or financial.
Yes.
We love doing this show. It's so great to see you all in the chat. And your financial contributions really do help. We talked earlier that we have confirmed our involvement as Between Realities and Skeeva even further as Impact Reality with the VR ML Con that is coming up in Denver at the beginning of next month. We're going to go straight from AWE to Denver and participate in their esports event and convention, and we're pretty excited about it. And some of these contributions that you guys are making right now are helping make it possible for me to be in attendance. So, because otherwise I'd basically have to pay out of my pocket to go to this thing, and flights and hotels and Airbnbs and all that kind of stuff are not cheap. So your collective efforts and collective contributions here are enabling us to go out and do more stuff. So
these mics, soundboard, how amazing we sound. All of this, the stream decks, like all of this wouldn't be possible, you know, or it would be a lot harder. It would take away from our rent money to make this stuff happen. So we love you guys. You know, don't ever feel like you have to contribute monetarily. Being here is always enough. But when you do, we appreciate you.
Yes.
We really do.
And it's not wasted, I guess, is what I'm getting at. You know, like, and it's also not spent frivolously. Like, we hold on to it and then use it for when the push comes to shove, you know. So you guys are amazing. All of the channel memberships, all of the super chats, and of course our loyal Patreons, which has just slowly grown over the years and has been a dream, frankly, to have. You guys are really, really amazing, and the VR community is the best community. Take it from Paradise Decay in our new intro. It's just hands down the best one.
It really is. It is. And this is the only show of the season, like always, that you get just the two of us.
Yep.
So we will be back next week with a guest.
Do you have that queued up?
I do.
All right. So what are we doing next week?
Let's put up this monitor. We have, on Friday, we have Blair Renaud. Is it Renaud or Renaud?
You'll have to ask him. I think it's Renaud.
Yeah, which you also might know on Twitter as Anti-Cleric. Also the creator of Lo-Fi. And
Skeeva's mortal enemy.
He used to be. For people that know the past here, we butted heads a lot. It was not pretty what would go down sometimes with us.
People getting blocked on Twitter.
Yeah, it wasn't good. But you know, we met up in person and settled the beefs, and we really spent a lot of time face to face working things out and trying, and for each of us to understand the other person's points. And I think we both came away better people. And
I think so too.
Yeah.
And it was amazing because, like, you know, I'm not involved in that, but like I'm involved with Skeeva. We're life partners after all. And that's right, baby. And you know, like I was there and I watched the whole thing unfold. You know, like I watched the first time you guys made eye contact in real life after like a year or two of Twitter beef. And then I watched the initial conversations and those first little hooks that got thrown out. And then the eventual, it was a really honestly amazing experience to be a part of and to see. And I think it does speak to the power and amazingness of the VR community at large. Yes. And I'm excited to dive into it a little bit. Of course, we'll dive into Lo-Fi. We'll dive into Blair's life as a developer and all of that stuff. But also it will be fun to reimagine our experiences at VRTO.
For sure. And Blair's been there since the very beginning. He was like there all the way at the beginning of VR. He has been rubbing elbows with some of the people that have made the industry what it is today. He is no stranger to the upbringing of VR coming to the way it is now, and he has been quite the character. And I'm very interested in chatting with him first. You know,
it's going to be a really good episode, and I think it's a really perfect first guest for season 7.
Yes,
I do. For sure. I don't know if we could have planned it any better.
Yep.
Reese the King, dude, hitting us with more pounds.
Yes.
1999 pounds.
Love you, dude.
And he says,
Thank you so
then I
much.
hope this helps even more. Bro, thank you, man. Like, that's a little ridiculous. Yeah, you guys, the contributions are so appreciated, and I just don't know what else to say, but thank you. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for your time. Thank you for staying with us in this exceptionally long, guestless Season 7 premiere of Between Realities. I had fun. I hope you all did too.
I had a blast too.
You had a blast?
I did.
That's great. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. This stuff is fun.
It is.
VR is fun. Doing the podcast is fun. Seeing everybody in chat is fun. And thank you all for being a part of this. It means a lot. Kyle Render and Paradise Decay, Sweaty Nugget, JJ and Hussein X, JayBratt, baby, Zimtalk 5, Wolf Raza, VR with Jasmine, Getting Things Done, Jay Dizzle, that's what I'm talking about. RobynzReality and Soul BC, right, of course, and Classy Grandma earlier, and Virtual Strangers, Amelia Foss, Snow Toad, Chi-Town D, Eric, Q2C, Todd, Q2C, everyone,
all
yeah,
of you.
Z-Storm, Endeavor 1 earlier, and I want to call you all out, man. I just love you guys all so much. Decepticon and Mind Jive again. Red/Ace, yeah, dude. Thanks for being here. Let's pull the plug on this.
Yep.
We went long, and I'm totally okay with that. Had a great time. We will see you next week for episode 2 of season 7 of Between Realities with Blair Renault, lo-fi developer, anti-cleric. Have a great weekend. Hit us up for games. That's that. See you next week.
Bye-bye.